Hello, welcome to finding the volume of prisms with a slightly more advanced prism. I know this is a prism because it has all rectangular faces except for the two that are parallel and congruent to each other. Prisms get their name from the faces that are not the rectangles. If they're all rectangles, it'd be a rectangular prism. In this case, they're not all rectangles. As you can see, the bottom and the top are trapezoids. Since they're congruent and parallel, this is a trapezoid prism. We are going to find the volume of this prism the same way we find the volume of all of our prisms, and the same way we do all problems that have formulas. First, we write the formula. Volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. If you can identify the base, all you have to do is find the area of the base and multiply it by the height of the prism. Since this base is a trapezoid, I'll replace this formula. Since our first step is write the formula, volume is equal to, and I will write the formula for the area of a trapezoid, 1/2 times height times base 1 plus base 2. You will notice that I wrote this formula a little different than the way you might normally write this formula because I didn't want the two heights next to each other. In multiplication, or when it's all multiplication, I can use the commutative property to move things around, and I did not want the height of the trapezoid to be next to the height of the prism. When you read these problems, when you do these problems, please don't just think h, please don't just think height. Think of the things as they are. 1/2 times the height of the trapezoid times base 1 of the trapezoid plus base 2 of the trapezoid times the height of the prism itself. And the height of the prism is always the distance between the bases. Then I go to step 2, plug in. Volume is equal to. Now 1/2 I don't plug in, I already know what 1/2 is. It's a 1/2. The height of the trapezoid, I have to go to the trapezoid and find the height, the distance between these two bases here. The height is 3 inches. I plug in 3 inches. Times base 1 plus base 2. It does not matter which one is which. The two parallel sides on the trapezoid are base 1 and base 2. As long as I have 10 inches and 2 inches, I'm fine. I'm going to write 10 inches plus 2 inches times the height of the prism. The height of the prism is the distance between the bases, the distance from this base on the bottom to the base up here on the top. That distance is 8 inches. I'll plug in 8 inches. Step 3 is to solve using the order of operations. And in this case, we have that a bit more than we normally do. So I'm actually going to write the order of operations, things in parentheses first. We have things in parentheses. We have 10 inches plus 2 inches. 10 plus 2 is 12. And it's still just inches because these are still just lines. And with addition, labels don't change. Then we look for exponents. In this problem, there are no exponents. So I go to the next step, which would be any multiplication or division. Oh, sorry, I skipped a step. Once I did the addition in the parentheses, I should have copied everything down I did not use. We did not use the 3 inches, we did not use the 1/2, we did not use the volume equals on the left, and we did not use the 8 inches on the right. Now we're multiplying or dividing, and this is all multiplication. Volume is equal to 1/2 times 3 inches times 12 inches times 8 inches. Since it's all the same level of the order of operations, you are allowed to do it all at once. So the third step is to solve. Volume is equal, and when we multiply, we get 144, and inches times inches times inches is inches cubed. Sorry, the inches cubed is not coming out, so I will just force it. Inches cubed. And that is your answer for the volume of the prism, the trapezoid.